Hi guys, the new office setup is slowly coming together. You'll see the shelves fill up with my camera gear over the next coming videos. This week, there's a few little things I want to talk about. One of them, I saw a question that said an actor wants an offer. And this is going to feed into a slightly longer thing where we're talking about building your own screenwriting career, which is change. It's very important. There's going to be 4 or 5 big points we're going to make today. This person has gone to an actor or gone to the actor's representative and said, here's my script. Would you please hand it on to Harry for him to read? And the agent has come back and said, well, what's the offer? Because the agent's job is to find paid gigs for the actor. It's not there to get your script read. So it's not there to help your career. It's to earn an income for the actor and, in doing that, take their 10%. There's no 10% in getting that actor to read your screenplay. But why would they want to read that screenplay? We could say that's an investment for them. So why would it be an investment for them if you are a known writer? If someone said, oh look, I've got the most recent screenplay by Chris Nolan. Would your Harry be interested in reading it? Give it to me. Of course he's going to be interested in reading it because he knows Chris Nolan, wow, guaranteed theatrical release. It's going to have a run at the cinemas. It's going to be there's going to be back end of streaming service purchases. There might be T-shirts, like there could be posters if it's going to be like the Dark Knight trilogy. You could end up being Heath Ledger out of this. So you have to present value. Being this no-one writer that's saying, hey, could you please get Harry to read my script? The agent's going to go, what's the offer? As in, do you already have a producer? Is this a $20 million film, $5 million film, $100,000 film? So if it's a $100,000 film and you're paying my guy 50 grand out of that 100 grand, that means I've got 5. It's not worth me getting that insulted, yelled at for being, how dare you bring me this sort of work for 5 grand? So no, what's the offer? But like I said, if you're Chris Nolan or, Goya or Tony Gilroy, if you're any of those guys and you say, look, would Harry like to read my script? It's going to be snatched up. So what do we do? In the old days, people used to sort of say, well, enter contests. And if you get some contest wins for this script, that'll generate a bit of hype around your script. This is where scarcity comes in. This is going to be like a really bleak episode, I'm sorry. But this is where scarcity comes in. In the old days, when there was a screenwriting contest, was traditionally attached to a festival. So it'd be like the Austin Film Festival also has screenwriting. The Academy of Motion Picture Sciences, the Oscar people, have a screenwriting section called the Nickel. Sundance, which is a big film festival, has screenwriting attached. Then along came the internet, where suddenly you could have all these online screenwriting contests, where we went from maybe a dozen screenwriting contests to, I think at any one time, just nick over to Film Freeway and type in screenwriting contest and hit enter in the search bar. You'll see at any one time there's about 800 to 900 screenwriting contests. So if there's only 12 things in existence, they're rare. If there's 900, they all have no value. And what happens is that the value begins to roll up into the quality. When there was one car company, it was a very expensive car. It had coach wheels on it. It was driven by a tiller like a boat turning sideways. It had a steam engine on the back. There was one called the Stanley Steamer. Hideously expensive. Then Henry Ford, mass-produced cars. And suddenly the cars were more common. So the price went down. And then people went, oh, he mass-produces cars. I'm going to take his technique and I'm going to mass produce cars. So we went from very selective coach builders, which is what they were called, to car company, then to car companies. And suddenly that was a downward pressure on the price of a car. Then what we had was, well, how do we raise the price of our car? We'll start adding features. And then all the quality got rolled up into a few brands. Bentley, Rolls-Royce, BMW, Mercedes, Cadillac. There's the premium brands, and they become the ones that everyone knew. If you've got a Mercedes parked in your driveway, people go, oh, that's nice. My son loves Volvos. He was getting rid of his friend's Mercedes for him, and he had to drive it to the airport, and he stopped by his office. So he's pulled into the office, and everyone at the office has gone, oh, you've got a Mercedes now. And he was so insulted because this was a base level Mercedes, and his Volvo was worth like 4 times as much. And he was so insulted. But in people's minds, that brand, Mercedes, was always going to appear to be more expensive than a Volvo, when in reality it wasn't. So you need to develop this brand for yourself. Contests, we used to be able to win them and get some of a brand. Now they're like leafleter. So if you're going to use a contest and for a brand building exercise, make it the big ones. And don't even make it the big ones that us screenwriters say is big. Make it the big ones that people outside the screenwriting community think is big, like the Nickel and the Austin Film Festival. There's probably a third place one that I can't think of. But if you get a quarterfinalist, if you're a quarterfinalist in the Nickel, agents are going to ring you and want to read your script, or it'll be sent around. But if you're the winner of the South Carolina Film Festival, the Sydney Flyaway Film Festival, Dungog Film Festival, no one's going to care. I've seen posts where it says, I can't understand this. I've won 32 film festivals and nobody wants to read my script, because they're nothing film festivals. So we can't really rely on film festivals to get to that actor. The other thing too is there's a lot of scams going around at the moment where, this is really, people put a bit of effort into this. They'll find the name of not a top tier producer, so we're not talking a Spielberg or a Scorsese. They're guys that have made some good things for Netflix or whatever. They'll get an IMDb Pro, grab that guy's name, go off, using GoDaddy or something, get a website that looks like it's that guy's name. So let's say it's Craig Griffiths. I've got Griffiths Creative, that's my company. But they could say, okay, Craig Griffiths Productions, grab that. And then start, I'm not famous for anyone to give a rat's ass about this, but I'm just using me as an example. And then they start sending out emails to writers saying, hi, I've heard a few things on some forums and seen some of the questions you're writing. I'd like to read your script. I've seen what you've got. I need some money though to package it up and take it out to market. And they do the outrageous asks straight up, because there's a thing called a self-weeding garden. I say, I need $15,000 to read your script and get a package ready to take it to Netflix. Because if they said $500, they'll get the same people. If they say $15,000, 100 people, 99 out of 100 people will say no. But you get one guy for $15,000. If you said 500, you might get 10 guys, and that's only $5,000. And you'll still get the guy that was willing to pay $15,000. So they do the self-weeding garden. They make an outrageous claim, but they give enough credibility. Like, here's my name, here's my website. So they go, oh, it's Craig D. Griffith. Look at that, Craig Griffiths Productions. Go there and get website templates for free from people like Template Monster or Theme Forest. And get a WordPress website up in an afternoon that looks amazing. And if you're going to be sending this out to everyone on Stage 32, everyone on Reddit, whatever, you only need 2 or 3 people. 3 people, $45,000, shut it down, find the next producer's name on IMDb Pro, and away you go. So there's that scam that's going around at the moment. So you've got to be careful with what you're building and how you're building it. So if you build your career, the best way, I believe, to build your career is to write. Get your work out on things like Script Revolution. Make some short films so people see it in place. Maybe do a small series on YouTube. Do some writing contests, but do the big writing contests. When you're on forums, be helpful and make sure that people can see your work. There's all the amateur things you shouldn't do, like, oh, I'd like to post my log line, but you're going to need an NDA. If people are willing to talk to you, you talk to them. You build yourself a reputation. You use the same name everywhere. Don't use Hat Lover over here, Boiled Egg Cooker there, and Martin the Space Alien over there. I'm always Craig D. Griffiths. If you want to find me, just Google Craig D. Griffiths. You'll find me everywhere. So it pulls everything on the internet about me into one place. I've anchored it under that name. So if I'm going to build a reputation, whether I'm being an ass, being a good guy, or someone who's got no clue, it'll all be underneath Craig D. Griffiths. Thanks for everyone who got the book when it was for free. I think this video is going out after the free offer is over. Sorry for anyone who missed out. If you'd be so kind to do these things, go over to Griffiths Creative, ask questions there. If you want anything reviewed, as in a log line or an idea or something you want to discuss here, you can leave it there or leave a comment underneath. And until next time, keep writing. Bye, guys.